For some reason, it is more socially acceptable to admit that you don't have a spouse than it is to admit that you don't have many friends. I feel like there is such pressure among people, especially women, to have this really tight-knit group of girlfriends. Maybe we have all watched too much Sex and the City when we were younger, and we've got this kind of idea that that's what our lives should be like now. Today, we're going to be talking about making friends in your 30s, how you can meet like-minded people. Maybe you don't have many friends, or you would like just a higher quality of friends. Perhaps you want to connect with people more genuinely. For those of you new around here, my name is Lucy. I'm basically that girl that gets a pang of envy when I hear people talk about their girl gang. For some reason, and I know I'm not alone in thinking this, everything feels so much more difficult when it comes to meeting new high quality friends in your 30s. So my wish is that you have some really good takeaways on how to be more intentional with making new friends in your adult life. For most of us in our 30s, we are juggling so much. We are spinning many different plates. We're often time poor. We don't literally feel like we have enough time to nurture new relationships and old. I think another reason why it feels more difficult right now is because we've all been at home. We've not had any freedom. And I don't know if you feel the same, but with the world slowly going back to normal over the next year, I did feel this slight anxiety with things going back to normal. I think when you meet new people as well, like, it takes work. When you first meet someone and you get that amazing feeling of like soul connection, like I can't describe it. It literally lights me up inside when I have that real proper connection with somebody. But when it doesn't happen straight away, then it also takes work. With anything that takes work, you have to bother to put yourself out there, suggest dates. Whoever you meet is going to take effort. You could meet someone that you really feel such a good connection with, but yet you might have that slight fear of rejection. It's kind of like dating. When you first meet someone, you kind of think, oh, do they like me as much as I like them? Or have they got a good feeling about this relationship growing? I wanted to touch on as well the quick gratification culture that we live in. We are, binge watching content online. We're looking for likes. We download things quickly, especially for millennials and people our age. There's a quickness. Researchers say it takes about 50 hours worth of interaction with someone to start feeling like that person is a friend. When you think about hitting 50 hours with that new friend or that new person that you've met, when they've got a family, a full-time job, other things in their schedule, it really does take ages to build up the amount of time that you need with somebody to build a friendship. Do what you love and others will find you. What I mean by this is you're probably not going to meet your new bestie lining up to get your weekly food shop. I don't have the courage to speak to people sometimes out in the general public, but if I'm in a situation where I'm perhaps doing a course or I'm part of a community, even anything to do with my fitness, anything like that, I know that those people that I'm surrounded with have a similar interest to me, so it's much easier to form a connection with them. Bumble BFF, if you've not heard of it, it's a free app which you can download. It's a way for people in your area to connect with others. So you set up a profile, you put your interests, where you're from, and then you can set your radius for, 6 miles from your home or something like that, and you can just go in and connect with other people that are also looking for friends. You could look at this two ways. You could think, oh, how awkward and cringy, but you could find somebody that is just in the exact same position as you, that just wants some company at the weekend, perhaps the odd brunch or a walk. I would recommend you start interacting more on social media. So if you're watching someone's story on Instagram, give them like a like or the laughing face, or comment on one of their stories. What that does is it strikes up a conversation, and if you really like this person's social media and you think there's somebody you would like to be friends with, then sometimes you have to make the first move. So just by reacting to somebody's story, that can spark a connection and a conversation. The next one is saying yes to something really outside of your comfort zone. So when you agree to doing something that makes you feel uncomfortable, it's a sign that there's going to be massive growth. When you meet that person, if it feels uncomfortable, go and do an activity. If you go to a group on your own, or anything that involves you stepping up and going on your own, like, I guarantee you, if you do that and you meet people there, you will feel so good afterwards. Knock on your next door neighbour's door. Here in London, it's like a culture that not many people know their neighbours. Go around with a small card or just a little note to introduce yourself with, maybe your number. You could even go all out and drop them around some cookies. I've heard some incredible stories of people forming the best relationships with their neighbours because of lockdown. You're kind of in the same sort of support bubble because you're in the same building, for example. It's just something so small that some of us never do, but you never know who lives down there, how you might be able to help them, and it could be a new friend. Take an online class. So I really love my cooking. We did a Mexican cooking class a couple of months ago and it was really, really fun. The whole experience was such a great day. Even though it was only a couple of hours, we really enjoyed ourselves. And the lady, the host, who was hosting the cookery class, I saw her tag other people in her story. So what I did was I went onto her story and I had a look at the people that were on our online cooking class. I went through and had a look at their social media and dropped them a message and said, well, that was really fun. Great to meet you. I hope you enjoyed cooking tacos as much as we did. I formed a few new connections with people from doing an online course or a class. Everyone that I've spoken to from doing classes have been really, really nice. Just like every other aspect of your life, you need to take control of certain situations. If you want more love in your life, try being more loving. If you want more invites to things, with the world opening back up again, you be the one to invite that person first. Sometimes we sit and we can feel victims because we don't always get invited to things. If you want to do something fun, don't leave it on them to think of something. You think of something and you be the one to invite them first. Invite the person to that idea, and if they don't want to come, just leave them be. No loss for you. You know where you stand, just leave them be. If you've made the effort and they don't come back to you, then just leave it. Do you have any additional tips for finding your tribe? I would love to hear from you. Drop them down below in the comments. Perhaps you've got like a funny story that you'd like to share with how you met one of your now close friends. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a like. By doing so, it's going to really, really help the algorithm. It's going to connect more people feeling this way together. It also really, really helps me. So go ahead and give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I wish you all a fabulous week and I will see you in the next video.